Yo. Fella 5, here we go. What's up, OG?
Yo, what's good, Day? What's good? Shit, fucked up. fucked up.
Yeah, you got somebody on your mind, bro?
Nah, I was texting Day. Yeah, you're editing that, right?
Yeah.
What's
good, Day?
Yeah, he sent me a thing that said, look, AP got 18 carries. I'm like...
Yeah, he's so happy. He's so happy.
Trying to make him sound good.
We gotta try to tell Day that that's not how it works. I'm mad as hell that I put Minshew in before Dak Prescott because I thought he was gonna lose.
I put a Minshew too in my Yahoo league.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad about that, but I caught that L. That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's what I get for rooting against my Dolphins as far as fantasy goes on their defense.
Well, I'm up 95-55. They have Lamar Jackson, Edward Hilaire, and Lutz. 40 points. You think they'll all get 40 points?
No.
You don't think so? I'm up 40. I still think they'll win.
All of them together combined?
Yeah.
What are the names again?
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. So that's about 25.
Edward Hilaire.
Oh, yeah, 40. Okay. I didn't hear the Hilaire part. Who's the Lutz?
Lutz is a kicker.
What team?
New Orleans.
Oh, Lutz. 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 Yep. Yeah, that's right.
Hope they don't get 40 points.
Yeah, easily. They're combined. They're going to do great, especially Hilaire. I mean,
I hope not.
Well, no, you have them, don't you?
No, I don't have them. I'm up 95 for 55. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Oh, you're not. Oh, I was confused. I thought you had them.
Then I had Minshew as a starter and Dak Prescott, and Dak Prescott got about 30 points.
Yeah.
To Minshew 9 points.
Horrible Minshew product right there.
Just messed me up right there.
Like, it's funny. Like, he's the type of dude is like when you root against him, he'll do good. When you go for him,
he do bad.
Disappoints you. Yeah. And he
horrible.
Did. Like in my Yahoo league, he gave me I think 10 points, and I bench Wentz because you know how bad he's been doing. I don't know what Wentz did. Doesn't matter because either way, they both weren't going to do that much better. I mean, I got to do something. I'm doing great, though, in my ESPN League, 2-0. Most likely, I'm going to be 3-0 after that. I mean, I'm just proving why I'm the two-time.
Two-time? You mean, how many times you won?
Twice. Yeah.
2 times? You won 2 consecutive?
Not consecutive, but it's 2 times that I won. So
okay, so when did you win last? 2 years ago?
2 years ago, that's right.
What was the last one before that?
That was 2012, so that's 9 years ago.
I was just saying, I wanted to make sure what's the definition of 2 times. Like, I didn't know.
I got you. It doesn't have to be consecutive. It's a win is a win.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, you know what? Never know. I'll be probably the 3-time, hopefully. We'll see what happens. Most likely, I'll do decent. But I'm not going to jinx it by saying anything. It's too early.
You got a lot of bowl outs.
I don't have a top team right now, so it's too early to predict that.
Yeah, how about you predict losing? Because I don't know about all that. So we got a jam-packed show today. We got things we have to get off our minds, things we have to talk about. But the first thing I want to do is congratulate Lakers for going to the NBA Finals. I kind of called it because my Clippers, actually not my Clippers, Kawhi's my guy, but the rest is not. They decided to choke. And I had a feeling that this was going to be an easy opponent for them, and they got them in 5 games. Like, I saw a meme the other day from Snoop Dogg. He was like, 3-1. They might catch up. Snoop Dogg, nah, fuck that. Laker in 5. This ain't Clippers.
Yo, Snoop is a prophet when it comes to shit like that. He knows.
Yeah, he definitely knows.
I mean, and the thing about he's from the LA area, so he's not going to get, like, all wishy-washy and just tell you, nah, he'll tell you what it is.
I don't know, man.
He hates the Clippers, I would think, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Right, rivalry.
I think everybody in Lakers hate the Clippers. But Steve Ballmer got the money to move them out of L.A.
Yeah, I got you. Billy Crystal, he's a big fan of the Clippers.
Big fan.
Whoopi Goldberg, I think, went to a couple games. I know they had movies together, but I don't know if she was just there to keep them company, knowing that the team was going to lose.
I still think the NBA wants Lakers versus Celtics. But I have a feeling that's not going to happen. I think Jimmy Butler saying, nah, that ain't happening.
Well, what about like this whole Pat Riley versus his old Lakers, LeBron facing his old Miami Heat? So there's a lot more riding on that matchup. So I think maybe they want that more. Pat Riley, former coach for the Lakers, now the president of the Heat, bringing them back to the finals, even after LeBron left, and LeBron facing his team. And he left on good terms with them. He said, hey, I'm going back to Cleveland. So they left on good terms. So there's no animosity there.
Probably not. Who's the backup running back for Seattle?
Besides Chris Carson, it's Rashad Penny. They had Freeman for a little while, and then Travis Homer.
So I think somebody needs to start looking up for that backup running back.
You talking about Travis Homer? Travis Homer, he's
Carson just got injured. Looked like it's a knee injury.
Yeah, then it's Penny and like I said, Travis Homer. Those are the backup.
Carson just got injured. Were you gonna try to get a backup running back?
I think what they do is they just keep having Russell Wilson throw the ball no matter what.
Because
when the dude is on fire, there's no reason to even hand it off. Because right now, like if it's 3rd and 5, I'll even give you a bet. If it's 3rd and 3, what would you rather do? Hand off to one of these running back or have Russell Wilson make the move?
Russell Wilson make the move.
Exactly. So for them, they're going to keep whoever they got. They're going to say, on Russell, we trust. Bring us to that finals, to that Super Bowl.
To that promised land.
Oh, yeah, easily. There's nobody in his way right now. As far as Tampa Bay, we know what they're all about.
True.
They're
in the NFC West, though. San Francisco, who else? San Francisco,
Arizona.
Who else in the NFC West besides
let's see.
San Francisco and Arizona, and LA.
And the Rams, that's right. Yeah, and the Rams were 2-0.
Yep.
They didn't do that good against. Spoiler for anyone. They didn't do that good against Buffalo. So
they almost did though.
Almost.
That was a bad call. That was a bad pass interference call at the end though.
I didn't see how it ended. I saw it midway throughout the game as it was going on. I figured either way, Buffalo was going to win. As much as the Rams look good without Todd Gurley, and as much as they look decent without Brandon Cook, not decent enough, I would say. Yeah, it's all Bills.
I just think that it's going to be a good season, but there's a lot of injuries that's going to plague the season too, because there's a lot of big stars are gone. McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, now Carson.
Oh, yeah.
You got Devontae Adams is injured. You got Michael Thomas is injured.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then, you have James White. He's out, for personal reasons.
Yep,
right?
James White. Obviously, rest in peace his dad.
Yeah, Philip Lindsay. Now, Philip Lindsay, I don't know if this actually hurts Melvin Gordon. You can look at it like because it's kind of the same thing with Austin Eckler, right? Melvin Gordon had really good couple of years because he wasn't the primary workhorse. You know what I mean? He wasn't the bell cow. He was there to kind of clean up after Eckler did a couple of things. Lindsey was supposed to essentially do the same thing with Melvin. Now, when it's all on Melvin, you can argue and say that, he's going to get hit more. He's going to get more tired quicker. Yep. It's not going to work out. So that's the other part about that, like that effect of losing your counterpart in the running game. It's like a trickle effect.
Well, Russell Wilson does look great. He looked like an MVP. He definitely looked like an MVP. So that's I love seeing so many black quarterbacks right now.
Oh hell yeah,
that's about a good amount. A lot of people need to change their mindset because you see some of these other quarterbacks, they're not really that good.
Right, top 5 QBs, right?
Yeah,
4 of the 5 are black.
Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So the question,
I put Watson number 4.
Deshaun Watson. Yeah. Who's that 5th?
Well, Josh Allen.
You think he's number 5 though? Not yet.
He's better than, and I hate to say it, he's better than Kyler Murray.
Think he's better than Aaron Rodgers?
Then he would be white if he was.
Yeah, but I think he's.
But even if you're going name for name, I say yeah, because he's a dual threat. He can run the ball. The same thing you look at Russell Wilson is that he can run the ball.
But keep in mind, Aaron Rodgers can run the ball too.
Not the way that
not that type of. He's a little shifty. He's a little shifty.
Yeah, he's like that, like tap dancer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, he can't get down at the club, but you put him in a ballroom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He'll tap dance the shit out of you.
He's like a ballroom dancer.
He's like, remember the dude Ben Vereen? Yeah. Dude did 50 steps in 1 minute. All of them was in circles. He
didn't go nowhere. Tap dancer.
But I'll say Josh Allen. I would put him as that number 5. I can't.
I still think Aaron Rodgers would be number 5. And I know Tom Brady there, but Tom
Brady's not there no more.
He's getting a little old.
He's not there. He's not there.
Aaron Rodgers, it's tough. Tough to get that 5th. Dak Prescott.
I don't think he's above Josh Allen.
I don't know. I think so in my mind. More of a dual threat.
The numbers are in Josh's favor.
No, Dak Prescott have better numbers than Josh.
Josh Allen got 10 touchdowns right now.
That's right now, but he's still Dak Prescott is one of the best quarterbacks out there.
Yeah, he is, but
Josh Allen.
Last year, Dak had a better year without a doubt. But it's the same thing as saying like Lamar Jackson won MVP last year. That doesn't mean he's winning this year.
But this year too, Dak Prescott is not. It's not like it's a better season so far, but it's. I feel like Josh Allen is just schematics, systematic quarterback that just do what he has to do. Now he's been doing great. But he almost bowled lead today too, so he still got some holes to fix. But I still don't think I'll put him over Dak Prescott. I just don't do it.
Right now, I would. Right now, I would.
But you know who I would put over? Everybody put over him. Daniel Jones. He's trash. Daniel Jones trash.
Yeah.
Trash city.
Yeah. Like, it's like I almost feel bad. Like, I don't know. I look at him. I'm like, was he really put in a situation where he could be successful? Like when he got drafted, right? Then in his mind, he said, "Yeah, this team is gonna turn around. I'm gonna be a part of it." Or he was like, "Damn, really? Did you guys really have to pick me?" You know what I mean? Out of all
first
players,
and foremost, they should have known way better. I know they're trying to pick the success to Eli Manning, but Daniel Jones wasn't the one. No. You got Haskins in there. They
did like him a lot, though.
Yeah, they did like him. How many quarterbacks was in that draft anyway? You got Haskins. They had a lot of quarterbacks.
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins, but Dwayne was drafted later, not before.
Yeah, but he could have did it before because he was on the board.
Yeah,
so it was just trash. I just think that it was bad. But one thing I do like, Cam Newton on the Patriots.
That's a good one. I think Cam Newton can become that guy that can make the top 5.
It's just a
drop somebody off.
It's almost like a different swag.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like LeBron going to like LA. It's a different swag.
Yeah.
Him going to the Patriots is a different swag.
Yo, it's like let's say your first car is like a beater.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you get a hoopty and it's like, I can't go over 70 miles because the car's gonna start to rumble. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got Bluetooth, so if somebody calls me, I can't answer that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got to put that shit down if cops passing by.
Yeah, right.
But then your second car, you get like a nice rider. You know what I'm saying? You got Bluetooth. You got that shit can go over 120 with nothing.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm digging this. I could do whatever. That's what Cam Newton is. He gives you like all these things that you never were accustomed to before. You look at him and you be like, what do you want to do, Cam?
What you want to do, Cam?
Yeah, like before with Tom Brady is like, Bill Belichick is like, let's run this, let's play. Let's do a play action. We know you ain't gonna run, but play action anyway. And then just throw it down the mid to like whoever's there. Well, Cam, you're like, let's run this shit. You know what I mean?
Cam is like, he just got a swag to him.
Oh yeah, he looks good too. Maybe it's because he's not hurt. Maybe because he, took essentially a year off. If you think about it.
Yep, he did.
He took a year off, so maybe that's what it is. He's refreshed. I'm happy for Cam. Former number 1 pick, former MVP, former Super Bowl contender. And now, he's back in the game a bit, after falling off for a while.
Yeah. He do got a swag, though. I like the swag.
And plus, you got to kind of almost look at it for the kind of disrespect, which I never liked that, when teams, like, just disrespect the player. Like, I think Carolina did it to Steve Smith, or Steve Smith Jr. now. I think they did it to him. They did it a little bit to Calvin Benjamin, and he was part of the team that brought them to the Super Bowl. They just traded him like in some like weak ass pick to Buffalo. They didn't care, and I know he had this little argument or beef with Cam, but no respect there. And then same thing with Cam, no respect.
But you gotta understand that. You don't understand about football. They kind of do that to everybody. Look at Melvin Gordon.
Not everybody. Most
of the people they don't do it to certain people like Tom Brady and them, but they do it to all the other ones. They think that the property is expired, basically.
Well, I mean, look at Raven. They didn't do it to Ed Reed. They didn't do it to Ray Lewis.
Ed Reed left and went to what? He went to Cardinals.
His final year. Yeah, was it the Cardinals?
It was Cardinals or Tennessee, one of those.
Yeah,
he didn't finish a career off in Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, they didn't do it to Ray Lewis because Ray Lewis is a legend. That would have looked stupid.
Yeah.
They did it to Suggs. Suggs got his championship at Kansas City.
Yeah, and he went to Arizona first.
He went to Arizona first and went to Kansas City. So at the end of the day, they do it to everybody. Besides, I look at Tom Brady. If you think about it, Tom Brady left because they kind of wanted to kick him out a long time ago. So I guarantee you, if they would have said, "Hey, Tom Brady, we give you 2 more years," they didn't want to give him 2 more years.
Yeah, I see it that way. There's sometimes a way where you can just cut a dude, but then there's a way where you can kind of drag it. And with Cam, they dragged it.
But you know how hard it is to cut a legend. Because Cam is a legend in North Carolina.
Look, I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. I know how hard it was at the end of Dan Marino's career. At the end of his career, I remember reading shit where they were thinking about trading him to Vikings. That was really like a report. They were a trade offer from Vikings. And before they can even pull the trigger, Dan Marino said, I'm going to let you guys off the hook. I want to play, but I don't want to play for anybody else. And I know you guys don't want me because I'm old. I'm going to let you guys off the hook.
It's hard to trade a legend. Because I'm a big Giants fan, and Eli was supposed to be gone probably 5-6 years ago. But we keep on remembering those 2 Super Bowls that he won for us and the playoff.
Well, there's another point. The Eli should have been gone a long time ago.
It's hard.
So they do. So sometimes they do show the respect. At some point, it's like kids, right?
Yeah.
At some point, you got to be like, yo, either you got to get a job or you got to do something else. You can't just be mooching off me like that. So when they hit like 17, 18, you'll get a job, go to school, whatever. They can't just be mooching off. It's the same thing with quarterbacks or players. Sometimes you got to be like, hey, I got to move on. But Cam, they did it differently. Cam, it was like, we're not sure what we're going to do yet. We might do it. We might not. We don't. Ron Rivera, he's no longer the coach, but we're not sure what we're going to do with Cam yet. And next thing you know, all quarterbacks are already picked up.
You know the funny thing is? Teddy Bridgewater ain't doing too well with North Carolina right now. Or even like the quarterback that they decided to pick in the draft, he's not even starting. They're doing horrible right now. They're 1-2. They just won today. Did they win today? Yeah, they just won today against Chargers. They're not good, and obviously McCaffrey's out for about 6 weeks for his high ankle sprain. But they're not really good right now. Quarterback is really not effective at all.
Yeah,
not one bit. And I thought Teddy Bridgewater would have been probably much better than this. I'll tell you what, too. He had that one good year with Minnesota before he injured his legs. But other than that, horrible.
Oh, yeah, that preseason injury, ACL tear, if I'm not mistaken. In the preseason at that. Yes, I didn't think. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater, he was great in Louisville, so it's kind of almost like he had a good 2-3 years of success. He was good or okay in Minnesota. He did a good enough job last year to keep the Saints in contention. So, give him more than a year.
Yeah, you got a little hiccups there.
Yeah, you say
you good?
Yeah, I felt that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give him little things. But I was out getting my haircut the other day, and my barber was talking about his BM.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You gotta love the barbershop.
I love the barbershop talk. So it's just like the Fellas Corner. You ever be in the Fellas Corner, you be chilling, talk to your boys.
Yeah, this is what it's about. It's fellas chilling, talking.
I was kind of begged to ask the question, like for everybody out there, you ever had like a BM that you do mad shit for them and they still talk shit about shit?
No, because my BM is my wife. So BM, but I'm saying like I know dudes, you know what I mean, cousins that they tell me stories, but more than anything, the story they tell me is just how like they're not really in that good of terms with them.
Yep.
Just because of the way shit fell off with them, and then that's it.
So it's good. Whatever his BM and his ex-girl was saying. Now they had a car together. Nice ass car, banging car. It's almost, I'll say a BMW because I don't want to give his business out there. Yeah. She was driving a BMW. He paying for it. Yeah. Pays for the kids' thing. That's
what's up.
And then all of a sudden, when your ex got a boyfriend or something, they start acting a little different.
Yeah.
They always act different. Yep. I could tell you when my BM have a new boyfriend. If they start talking mad shit, you get a little high pitch in the voice. Like, okay, I guess you got somebody. Yeah. As soon as they break up, like they act back different.
I do remember in the beginning though, like when me and my girl first broke up, when she had a dude in the picture, it was just more like in and out when she would drop the boys off. It was like, all right, so I'll be back tomorrow. Like, all right, like what they do, what's going on with them. Yeah, like I'm in a rush.
Right?
So who dropped you off?
So he was like, yo, she said something she was talking mad shit on Facebook. He said, you know what? Let me take my car back. Yo, she trying to stunt on him with a Kia. How you gonna stunt on somebody with a Kia after you got a BMW? Just trying to prove your point. Yeah. So the back of the question, you know how many girls? Why do girls try to stunt? Yeah. But they always stunt the wrong way.
Yeah, because they're just trying to get back at you no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They just want to dig as much as they can dig. You know what I mean?
I remember one of my girls, with Becky, my ex-girl was like, I'm just going to get off your phone. Like, okay.
So you ain't heard me.
You ain't heard me, girl.
You know what I mean? Like, you should have did this shit months ago.
Yeah,
like, what
right?
do you mean you're getting off?
Like, people who try to stunt when they have a new boyfriend.
Yeah.
I always know, every time I BM talk mad shit, she
just
comes
in
back.
The picture.
It's always. But when she don't have a dude, she said a little silent. Can you do this? Like, whoa! What happened last week when you told me to do it?
Yeah.
He was like, yo, can you do it? Or I'm gonna have to talk to somebody else. Yeah. One time my BM was talking so much shit. I wanted to like go over there, be like, yo, who this dude is? I want to whoop his ass out. Like, you talking mad shit for no reason. Soon as they broke up, this chick asked me, Mac, what can you do? Like, yo, where's your man at?
Yeah.
Where your man at?
I'm saying, why isn't he on that list?
Why ain't he on that list? But this is why do girls act that way when they have a new dude?
I don't know. I think they just get sprung. You know what I mean?
I don't know. They got
just,
it's like liquid courage.
Yeah.
They have some type of courage that comes
out of nowhere. Like I said, popcorn muscles, right?
Yeah, gotta be.
Fillets, but there's nothing in there.
Yeah, I never seen that idea of why people splurge. Even like when on Facebook and on Instagram, you see all these girls, Instagram models. They look good then. You ever seen them after?
Oh, well, you can't because they're not going to show you that. But if you ever do catch a side image or whatever, there's like so much makeup on that you don't even know if it's the same person. You can see a little bit of it, but you don't know if it's the same person.
Yeah, I could just imagine some one of those Instagram models take a picture in the background and they look banging in the background. And then you get on the front, it's like a bunch of clothes. Dirty shoes, dirty drawers, nasty, little balled up thongs on the corner.
And then their face just looks different, like not even a little bit. It's just like a whole different like flip.
I remember I was in a dating age and I was in a dating world back in the day, and this girl was banging. And I saw her in real life, like, this chick was small. She had like a little club too. Like, listen, man, don't ever. This is like false advertising. I wanted to go to jail. I wanted to go call the cops. Like, listen, false advertisers trying to sell me something wrong.
Yeah, what is it like? Was that shit on MTV? Fish.
Yeah, catfish.
Catfishing. Yeah. So
catfish.
It's like that's like catfishing before it even became a thing.
Yeah. I'm just saying, girl, you can't stunt with a Kia. It don't make sense.
They just think that they're digging into you, and that otherwise you're getting affected. Like they're trying to make you jealous. Like,
everybody trying to make you jealous.
Damn, I can't believe I let her. Shit didn't go right. Damn, she's looking good with that car, that Kia right there.
Yeah, well, I would say that you can't stunt on me. Shit, I be acting like I'm broke most of the time anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
So you got money then if you're acting broke. You don't want people to know you got an ass.
I'm broke.
It's funny, like when you are rich, you're like, I ain't broke. I'm broke. But when you're broke, you're like, fuck, I wish I was rich.
All right, so as I said, the verdict came back with Breonna Taylor. Crazy. So
that was disappointing.
Very disappointing. So it's almost like they value someone's wall than a human being. So it was a lot of rioting that happened a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
The ADA of Louisville actually mentioned it, and he said it was justified.
Yeah.
Never heard that in my life.
Yeah, that it was okay that somebody died.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always get to these situations and I always ask myself, what's the difference if that person was white and if that person was black? I can tell you the biggest difference. If it was white, it would have been justice a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't take, 165 days
it happened in March, if I'm not mistaken.
March. Right in the peak of COVID.
Yep.
Right in the stock market is going down. Riots are starting to happen. A lot of George Floyd was emerged as well. Mm-hmm. A lot of craziness, and I think because I feel like if they paid the family about $12 million,
for the settlement,
I think they almost think it was justified.
It's never
to me. It's not
a trade off. It's not like your life for money. It's not a trade off.
So I did a lot of research, and I would say, you know what, I'm gonna give you like a questionnaire, see if you understand these situations. So let me get my little thing on there. Because I always feel like it's some type of difference between certain things and other things. Where's this thing? All right, so besides the point. So obviously a lot of people didn't like the whole situation with Breonna Taylor. Shouldn't take that long, first of all. That's probably one of the big reasons. Election year kind of give me all the research. Do you know what's Opportunity Zone?
Opportunity Zone, I mean, I would assume it's an area where there's opportunity. I mean, obviously that's like the, automatic, I guess, overall, like non-literal sense. It is literal in that way, but yeah, that's what I'm going to say. It's the area where opportunity is. It could be outdoors, indoors, I'm assuming.
So 2016, actually it was 2017. Trump did what was it? It was actually it was a law that he passed on there.
When, 2019?
2017. It was his tax law that he passed. They basically designated a program to actually help his so-called Opportunity Zone. Mm-hmm. So
this is redlining.
Yeah, basically redlining. It's just a modern day redlining.
Okay.
So it was made by Trump, Cory Booker, Tim Scott, and Ron Kind. Mm-hmm. I say their names because they're Democrats too. So it's not only Trump on there. So they basically using Democrats and everyone to basically get tax breaks on poor people. So it's basically, what do you think the opportunity? It sounds almost like gentrification.
That's right.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Because gentrification is just basically changing the character of the whole thing.
Designated area that's in poverty, and they want to convert the housing and get rid of the people, and otherwise turn it flip it into profit.
So they just basically using us for certain things to get tax break. That's really what it is. Cut it short, using us for tax breaks. So at the same time, it's supposed to create jobs.
Yeah, because tax break is going to the developer.
Yep. So I always ask a question: what's the difference between white and black? Because obviously Breonna Taylor is black. Now, if someone else shot at somebody's house, if it was white, just like they said with Daniel House, knuckleheads. It was just a false. It was just a couple of people who have a misjudgment.
Yeah.
I haven't heard one thing about Breonna
There would be a
Taylor.
conviction somewhere in there for the police officer that actually was involved, right?
Exactly.
It wouldn't be one indictment on an officer because he shot and hit the wall. Somebody would have been otherwise tried in some type of court.
So I was actually driving one time. I was driving probably a couple of days ago, and I said the biggest difference between the projects and white people projects, they call them trailers. That's really what it is. That's basically the project is trailers. That's really what it is. Gentrification is the opportunity zone. The only big difference is one is tax breaks. One is a bunch of rich people taking up all the black folks out of the hood.
That's what they're doing. They're like, let's convert this over. And then they're going to increase the price. Otherwise, you get rid of anybody that can afford it. And then you move in whoever is rich that will afford it. And at that point, little by little, you're just getting rid of the people you don't want to be there. In this case, obviously minorities.
Yeah.
And you're replacing it by rich. And in this case, seems like it's white America, at least the white.
So I even said this. So forget about the Breonna, because that's a tragic story. Forget about Daniel House. Forget about Roof, the guy who killed a lot of black people in the church. So think about the crack epidemic. What happened to that? A lot of people, they actually it was locked up because of it. Now keep in mind, crack is supposed to be some type of it's a drug. People get addicted. That's what I thought. People get addicted. People don't know what they're doing. So what happens to them? They get locked up. Fast forward to 2018. We have an opioid addiction. Yeah. Opioid epidemic. What do you think they do with them?
They can continue to refill their prescription so they stay on it.
They put them in rehab as well. So my question is, why did they not do it with the crack epidemic, but they didn't do it with?
All right, yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. They wanted to continue it going. So otherwise, they get people that can stay on it, die off, right?
Yeah.
Kind of quarantine in this opposite way of who are the addicts versus who's not the addicts.
Yep. Now, when you think that they would love to put them in some type of rehab?
Yeah, you would think, right? Yeah, you would want them to come off. No, you want to keep them there. So otherwise, you keep them down, right?
Yep.
You know who's the addicts and you know who's not the addicts. And otherwise, you know who to charge and who not to charge. Otherwise, the other thing is just that essentially death comes earlier.
Yep. But you know what's the common denominator?
I'm going to assume otherwise it's going to end up being poverty versus not poverty. Then you're going to break it down to minorities versus not minorities.
Exactly.
Or majorities versus the minorities. In this case, black people. Otherwise, not the black people.
Exactly. So I always tell people, as I said before, it's always a big difference between black and white. Whether you like it or not, it's always a difference between black and white.
There's a divide. There's always a lot of people.
As I said, I would probably, although I can't stand LeBron as a player, but I do respect him as an athlete. Because think about it, he actually don't have to help us. He don't have to help us, but he didn't have to shut up and dribble. Basically, they wanted him to shut up and dribble.
That's right. Yeah.
So
she did more than anything.
She did more than anything. So I said before, a lot of people get in that situation. You mentioned the Breonna cases. You mentioned George Floyd cases. You mentioned the you mentioned every case this year. If you actually look it up, it's a lot of cases this year.
Oh yeah, and these are the ones that we know of.
There's a lot that we
don't know of.
You got the Sandra Bland. You got those type of cases, and it does not change. And no matter how we could protest, someone protests peacefully named Martin Luther King, and they shot him. Yeah. Matter of fact, I believe they even have if you look it up right now, the approval rate for Martin Luther King before he got shot was about 8 to 10%.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah, so when white people say, hey, why don't you be more like Martin Luther King? bruh, you never approved of him before. And then since he died, because he's dead now, you approve of him.
Over
So
40
we
years.
should be more like Martin Luther King. Not more. They didn't want us to be like Malcolm X at all, because he's a more of a pro-black,
Yeah.
and he resort to those type of situations.
Yeah, exactly.
So when someone told me, "Hey, why don't you be more like Martin Luther King?" Hey, you didn't like him, you killed him. When someone say all lives matter, back in the day in the 1970s, a lot of people forget there's something called hippies. A lot of people forget about that.
Yeah.
What is the biggest difference between hippies now and people who say all lives matter? What is the big difference? Because remember, hippies used to say all lives matter too.
Yeah.
So a lot of people,
free love,
free love.
Smoking
lives
weed,
matter.
and just everybody. Let's all be, as one or together.
Yeah.
So they essentially they have this dream.
Yeah.
Not otherwise to kind of reference the Martin's dream, but they had a
what is
separate
the big
dream.
difference? They say all lives matter. Back in the 1970s, we didn't care when you say all lives matter in the 1970s, because you actually truly mean it. In 2020, you don't mean it. You just mean all lives matter as long as you're white.
Exactly.
And that's 100%.
Remember
true.
they had like that peace symbol or the
Yep.
emblem that was also developed around that time. Peace, everybody. Peace and love.
Yes. All lives matter. So now we're gonna talk about voting is gonna happen probably in about a month. It's November. He's gonna be voting.
November 3rd to Tuesday.
So we're gonna probably talk about
Tuesday.
this once in the blue moon about voting, because voting. Think about what voting is gonna do to you. Because as I said, guys, we have a bad selection, regardless of anything. We could even remind people about Joe Biden's in the Crime Bill Act, which put a lot of black people in jail, a lot of minorities in jail. We could remind all the craziness that Trump did with doing illegal aliens, being racist. Some black people can't even go into his establishment because they're black, Spanish, or whatever type of color.
Yeah, I remember there was a hotel in D.C. that was cracked. Like they smashed the door, and at that point, because of certain things that Trump was saying, I remember that being there.
We could even go back to Kamala Harris locking up a lot of black people in California.
In California,
black and brown people.
exactly. She was very aggressive with that.
Yeah, very aggressive. We could start talking about the nominee he's about to have about the Supreme Court, that all about pro non-abortion. She don't want no abortion. Then she don't believe in a lot of things. She's gonna take away the Affordable Care Act. You could do all those nonsense, but you got to vote. Regardless of anything, the only way you make change is you gotta vote. Now,
And it's not limited to just looking at who the president is. You're not looking at it. All right, well, this year I'm voting on who the president thinks are going to change. It's not limited to just that. It's also your city officials too. It's going to be other people that's closer to you, like in otherwise your area, that can make a difference. It's not just the president and that's it, and then we're good to go.
Yep.
It's more than that.
I was sitting down the other day, and because we're about to build a house, so we're looking around, and I'm looking, saying, I know it's a common denominator. There's not that much black builders out there.
Really? So
Not that much black.
I mean, I don't know. Otherwise, there is or there isn't. But so you already met the builders then?
Yep, already met the
I
builders.
thought you'd meet just a contract, and then they just meet everybody else. But you got to meet them, and then do you choose?
You choose.
Okay.
So I not that much black builders. We did find one, and we did. We're actually gonna use him as well because he's phenomenal. And it's not because they're less talented. It's just that's how it is. It's very hard. In this industry, you have a lot of groups that do certain things, and it's very hard. And it brings me to a question: when the Wells Fargo CEO said that they can't find a lot of black talented people in the world, that's why he never hire upper management that are black. That actually bothers me, because I know a lot of people, minority, Spanish, black, anyone, that are very talented. So you're telling me you couldn't find in this world of ours, this land of the free, you can't find a minority that's actually talented to work to Wells Fargo.
You can find them
Easily. You can find them easily. So beg the difference. So my goal is, and I'm gonna make this goal for a lot of people. If you're a minority, teach your kids to do other things other than doing the norm. So my kids love to build. I'm going to try to get them to be a builder one day. Hopefully, obviously, they could choose whatever they want. I want them to be doctors. I want them to be lawyers, architects. They want them to be engineers. Teachers. Because the only way black people are going to get wealth is if they create wealth.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to come to us no more. They're not going to give us anything. Reparation is not coming. So a lot of people get that mindset that, reparations coming. Reparation is not coming. So we got to build our own wealth, and we got to, black people, we got to stick together.
Yeah,
you got to when you have a family, because at the end of the day, a lot of people, what the problem is, a lot of people have too much single parent families, and they get stuck. So
yeah, to kind of piggyback off that, like another great a person. I mean, you mentioned LeBron James, but you got to give it up to Michael Jordan too.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, you got to give it up to this dude. Just a purchase, or at least otherwise in development or in part ownership of NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so for him, he's looking at it is that I'm not going to just limit myself to the Charlotte Hornets. I'm going to go into NASCAR. You know, he's out there saying, hey, I'm promoting black ownership. You know, so whoever I don't know who the hiring, and I know the driver is Bubba, I know that already, but whoever else he's hiring or being involved, he's trying to expand that we're not just limited to just being an owner and a president of a basketball team. Let's get into NASCAR, maybe even one day even to the NFL.
Yeah, so sorry to go on that rant, but as I said with Breonna Taylor, it's very damning, it's very upsetting that still no justice for that poor young lady.
Yeah.
So the only way we're going to change it is vote. Black people and the minorities in general, we have to build our own wealth, and we can't take no for an answer. Because at the end of the day, they still look at us as 3/5 of the man. And I don't know, a lot of people don't know, but back in the day, when they used to sell us, it used to be 3/5. And they never used to thought we was real human beings.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So
slavery.
At the end of the day, we have to kind of build our own wealth because no one's going to build it for us.
Yeah, I mean, you can even take it to a whole nother level, is that we have to kind of help each other out as well. You know, don't just look at yourself. What can I do? Lend a hand to other ones that you know. Help somebody that you know you can mentorship.
And create understanding, because a lot of people forget it's a lot of people that are the same as us. Jewish community is almost the same as the black community. The only difference is obviously the skin color, but they suffer a dramatic.
Oh, yeah, I mean it's crazy.
Oh yeah, dramatic episode.
The Holocaust is something you can't even compare to a lot. I mean, slavery is horrible on its own, but to know that otherwise, the Holocaust, you know, obviously this took place in more Europe. You know, like more Eastern Europe, I think it was. But it was horrible nonetheless.
It's horrible nonetheless. A lot of people forget about those type of situations. Holocaust, slavery, that's a horrible thing. We are probably the same in a lot of ways. Just the skin color that tend to be the one that differs from a lot of people.
It's pretty much like, you know, going back to slavery times, is that if you're a parent, you had a kid.
Bless you.
Thank you. If you're a parent, you had a kid, you don't know if you're going to see the kid to adulthood.
Yep. It's just crazy how it is. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but
same thing with the Holocaust. If you had a kid and at that point you don't know if otherwise you're going to see them to adulthood during that time. It was horrible times for them.
Well, just love is love. Love everybody. So let's see.
Don't love Tory Lanez though.
Yeah, Tory Lanez. Well, Tory Lanez got a problem. So he got an album. Tory Lanez have an album, and he decide he want to set the message straight or kind of clear his name in that whole album.
Yeah, that's right.
Listen, Tory.
Yeah, Daystar is the album.
Yeah, it's not working, bro.
I didn't really give a shit, to be honest with you. Yeah. I wasn't that big of a fan to begin with, that I was that curious about the music.
You shot one of the queens.
Yeah, not only that, and then he didn't even come out at some point, deny it. You know, misunderstanding, blah, 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 whatever it could have been. He didn't come out and say anything until otherwise right now. And then even now, you know, he's losing all type of like bond or relation with other people in the music business. You know, Rick Ross, you know, he's calling him out right from the beginning. This is like Tori, you think this is the best time for you to come out and say something after you didn't say it in the beginning? You're going to say it now?
What I hate about it, he's capitalizing on what the current times is. He's talking about he's going to donate most of his proceeds to Breonna Taylor Foundation, which
trying to make himself look good.
Trying to make himself look good, which don't even make sense. Listen, Tori, you're from Canada. Like you just stay in Canada, call it a day. I just don't understand how he's trying to capitalize on his situation that he did, and then he's trying to capitalize on the riots and everything like that.
I mean, he has a publicity team that probably tells him this is what you should do, and he listens to it, and he says, "All right, yeah, I'll do that, whatever it takes." Because he's essentially looking at it like, "Yo, the only way I can clear myself off of what I did is to do something else good." He could have done that before. You know, he could have did something good anyway. You know, he didn't have to do it now because of this reason.
We don't need to know all your business, but we do need clarification. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to say that you didn't do it, and then she's trying to say you didn't do it, and you're putting everything in public. So it's not like it's private. So guess what? We want clarification as well. Yeah. So, but I'm not for it. He should go somewhere.
I don't even think the music is good, to be honest. I mean, I didn't listen to the album, so maybe I'm wrong. But
I'm not
really. The couple of other previews I heard. Wasn't
I'm not
feeling
really
it.
a Tory Lanez fan whatsoever.
I don't know what the hell this girl was doing with him. To be honest with you,
Yeah, she said he's so small. He trying to set the retro straight. Say he's not 5'3".
Yeah, he's 5'7".
Yeah, bro, you small, bro.
I'm 5'9". What the fuck does matter?
Yeah, 5'3".
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, get out of here. So he trying to diss. Who he trying to diss? Asia Doll. He trying to diss Megan. He trying to diss Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
He tried to diss J.R. Smith too.
Oh yeah, the basketball player. Yeah,
he tried to diss J.R. Smith.
Yo, did you see that video with J.R. Smith that attacked the dude during the protest?
Oh yeah, they trying to take. You can't be going through my car.
Oh yeah, and he went I don't know if it was knee first. He tried to do some MMA type of kick while he was down. And the dude knew he didn't want no part of JR at that point.
People. If you're not part of the riots or part of the movement, stop trying to go into other states and riot.
Yeah.
I don't understand people who trying to go into other states and riot. They clearly
feel like this is where they could do something, not get in trouble for whatever they're doing. Bad
they're trying to loot.
Yeah, exactly. They I can get away with this shit.
Yeah, get out of here.
You know you're gonna get away with was a fucking knee to the to the dome.
You know that speaking of crazy ass celebrities, you know Kodak Black asked Donald Trump to release him from prison.
Kodak Black did what?
Asked Donald Trump to release him from prison.
But how does he just what? He had somebody just go out there and write it?
You know
I was like, how the hell did he get in Trump's number? Or even send that to me. It's just more he just threw it out there that.
He just threw it out there.
If that's the case, then why was it YNW Melly? He can come out and say, "Hey, Trump, get me out too."
Yep.
You know?
Yep. I'm just saying he's trying to turn Kodak Black. Yeah, you
can just do that. You can just
First
say.
of all, he had so much chances, Kodak Black, because he could have easily. I think he got caught for having guns and stuff on him, but he's so stupid.
Bobby Shmurda, he has probably another year to go, but I'm sure he could have came out and said, "Hey, Trump, let me out early." Right? Because Shmurda did, I think, about 6 years now at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So he
I
should
thought
be.
he's coming out this year, though.
I don't think this year. I think when he came up for what is it? Appeal? Not appeal. He had a parole. He came up for parole.
Okay.
They didn't give it to him. They didn't give it to him
at all?
No, they didn't give it to him because aside from what he did, bad behavior while he was locked up, fights, he got caught with weapons. So when he came up for parole, he got denied because of what he was doing inside. So, but I'm saying Bobby could have done the same thing. He could have reached out to Trump. Hey, Trump, yo, let me out early before voting day start. You know what I mean?
He can't even vote because he's a convicted felon.
True.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't,
That's right. That's right. Good point.
Doesn't really give him any benefit of getting him out.
That's true.
Just another Negro.
Yeah. Now Tyson, did you read the thing where Tyson thought that he couldn't vote and he hasn't been voting, but he found out he can vote?
Now he's voting.
Yeah, he can. But as a felon, I think in the beginning, as a felon, you can't.
Yes,
right?
you can't.
After a while, once you pay your fines and good behavior, whatever it is, you can. But he didn't know that. So Tyson, you got to figure is that he could have been voting for years now.
Yep.
You know, but never. Now, I could vote. I'm gonna do it. So you're right. Well, Bobby, he won't be able to vote anyway if he comes out.
He can't vote. Do you know that in Vietnam, they was caught reselling thousands of used condoms?
You
heard that?
I didn't hear it, but so is condom that expensive?
I guess so.
That
in Vietnam,
wherever.
Yeah, have you ever?
I mean, the markup can't be that big, right?
There's a lot of Vietnam pornos over there. So.
Damn.
Imagine you have little OGs.
Yo, imagine. I'm just curious. Like, do you look at it and be like, yo, this is new or is it in the package? I'm just saying that's curious to me because if you're gonna buy that shit, you're gonna look at it and be like, there's not
so
that
you
much.
Think about it, you rather
doesn't look that much used. You could just
you
clean
up
the first.
You don't get like a disease once you reuse a condom.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I never.
I don't know.
I
don't
know the research on that.
I gotta research.
I mean, the thing is, if you gotta buy them used, why not just keep the one that you have? This doesn't sound disgusting.
I think it's because
wash that shit out.
I think other people they probably.
But I'm saying just keep the one that you had already.
It's probably a fetish. Think about it. Ugh.
That is gross.
That is gross. Yeah, you got little OGs running around talking about, this is a product of a used condom.
Like, what I want to know is that, is there anywhere else that does that? Or is it just Vietnam? Is that the only country that's like, yeah, this is okay?
Yo, Vietnam does a lot of
nasty. Like, if you go to another country out there, are they looking at it like, yeah, sometimes we do it. Vietnam's like, now we do it.
No, they do it. They
ain't worried about
mastered it. They mastered it on there.
I ain't worried about that.
Gross ass.
Yeah,
all right, what is Fella 5 today? What Fellas 5 gonna be? It's gonna become crazy.
It's different. It's always different. Fellas 5 is always something different. It's always names in the news, so it's always different. You know,
Hey.
whether some like it or not, it's there.
As long as you spit facts.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
Fellas 5 by OG.
Let's go. Another edition of the Fellas 5. I don't even know what number we are. I think we probably hit about good Fellas 40 by now, right? I mean, who knows? So let's get it. Fellas 5. Number 5, the MLB postseason. Yo, can you believe it? The MLB is going to have a postseason. We went from hearing about the Miami Marlins, 18 players, I believe, and a couple staff members all being contacted and attracting and having the COVID-19 virus. And then other teams like the St. Louis Cardinals, all of them catching, not all the players, but like, certain players on different teams catching it. And then now, months later, they're going to actually be a playoff. So September 29th is going to be the MLB American League wild card. The day after National League. Here's the funny thing about the whole thing. The Marlins and the St. Louis Cardinals were the first two teams to have, at least the virus affecting multiple players on the team. They're both in the wild card. They overcame. They were able to say, hey, no worries. So 60 games in, they're going to have a playoff system. They're going to have certain fans there, the same percentage as before. I think the World Series, they're going to have a higher percentage along the way. But, hey, congratulations to the MLB. You did it. I didn't think you guys were going to make it, but you did it. Congratulations. Number 4, Joe Animal Laurinaitis. You guys may know him as the other half member of the WWF Legion of Doom for back in the day. Rest in peace to Joe. He passed away a couple of days ago. He was the last member of the Legion of Doom along with Hawk. Like growing up, I used to remember watching wrestling. I didn't know much of them. I just know they look cool. They had the spikes on their shoulders. They had the football shoulder pad with the spikes. The face painted. The music was dope. Everything was good about them. And it's sad to know that they're pretty much, passed away, And then what was cool about that, I believe his son James, former football player for I believe St. Louis Rams, played at Ohio State. I love college football. I remember him playing as a linebacker for Ohio State. Tragic for him and his family as well. Moving on. Number 3, 3 females in the NFL game. It's history. For the first time ever in an NFL game, there were 2 coaches, female coaches, one on one side, one on the other side. One was for the Cleveland Browns. Her name was Callie Bronson. The other one was Jennifer King for the Washington team. And to top it off, there was a female ref in the game as well. Oh, man. Can you believe that? Who would ever thought 3 years in, you would have 3 females in the same game? First time in history. Hopefully it gets better and better. You have more female officials. You have more female coaches, or at least a part of the coaching staff that can help out with players in whatever capacity they could. It's great to see things like that happen. It's going to happen more and more. Congratulations to you, females and women. There's probably more in college that we don't even know of, but it's great to see it in the NFL game. Number 2, LeBron James. LeBron James, we know him as the King James. Mr. King James is now appearing in his 11th NBA Finals. Besides him, Bill Russell, 12 appearances. Sam Jones, another Celtic, 11 appearances. And Kareem Abdul, 10 appearances. LeBron is about to show up in his 11th. Now, the problem there's a discrepancy. Bill Russell, 11 of 12. Sam Jones, 10 of 11. Kareem Abdul, 6 of 10. LeBron, 3 of 10. I can't do math. Oh, I could do math. That's 30%. That's too easy to know. Number 4. Can he get number 4? I hope so. LeBron James. That's still great, though. Props to him. And you know what? He still has probably another 3 or 4 years, so he might even shatter Bill Russell's. Maybe. He's giving me the eyes, the shaking his head. All right. Moving on. And number 1, the Breonna Taylor decision. It's tragic. A young woman died back in the early month of March. Shot while sleeping, due to like a law that otherwise shouldn't have happened. It's one of those things where nobody was charged. There was an officer that was indicted. The officer was Brett Hankson. He was the only one that was indicted for based on the shots that was hit the wall. Breonna died It was a no knock warrant that otherwise wasn't for the right apartment level. The boyfriend, they had a warrant. It wasn't him. They didn't find any drugs or anything. He had a license to carry. Everything was there where she was done wrong. There were players in the NBA that had the jersey with the name, say her name on the back of their jerseys. Well, in this case, there was no justice for her name, Breonna Taylor. It's tragic and it's sad because we all kind of knew what the decision was going to be. Everybody said, we're not surprised. Nobody was surprised. But through it all, we're still hurt. We're still disgusted at what the results is. I mean, the good thing about it, the no knock warrant was changed in I think the Louisville Metro County. So it was changed based on what's happening or what happened. And, it's tragic. I feel bad for her mom, her family. The money that they receive in some type of settlement as a civil suit is not going to bring her back. It's not going to make it right. But rest in peace, Breonna Taylor, again. And that's it. Fellas 5. I'm out.
Fellas 5. Oh, man.
I saw you shaking your head on that LeBron James that he may not win. Is that what that was?
No, you saying that he's gonna have 2 or 3 more years to go to the championship.
Yeah.
So you think he's gonna go to the championship 2 or 3 more times?
Yeah, because the thing with him is that he wants to play with Bronny. That's his goal right now.
No, but that's championship. You think
Bronny championship?
He gonna pay. He probably pay 2 or 3 more years, but I have highly doubt that every team's gonna get better.
Of course.
Every team's gonna get better. The fact of the matter is you can't.
Klay Thompson just got back into practice.
Golden State's gonna get better. Clippers will get better. Denver will get better. Dallas is a team to reckon with.
Absolutely.
So
you name it. How about this? What if this is a shot in the dark? But what if Giannis goes to Miami? Right? They don't have a lot of big name contract. Jimmy Butler's not making that much. He's making good money. Chris Duncan Robinson, he's a young dude.
But Bam with Giannis, that's a tough one. That's a lot.
They could make it work. It's kind of like saying LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh.
Pat Riley.
They made it work. And
Pat
then
Riley.
You bring in Ray Allen. They still made it work.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know.
They still made it work.
One thing I
think Eddie House was probably part of that team. He was shooting threes too.
The 2 GMs I will always trust for building a dynasty is gonna be Jerry West and Pat Riley.
What about Ujiri for Toronto?
Jerry West. Actually, Ujiri too. He's another one, but he's more new. But Jerry West did it with Golden State.
That's right.
Lakers, and Clippers.
Yeah.
No matter what.
He also kind of brought up Memphis.
Yes.
From because when they went from Vancouver to Memphis, they were still garbage.
Yep.
He actually raised the team in for a couple of years. I remember when they had was it Jason Kidd? I think not Jason Kidd. Mike Bibby.
But
right?
I know this is going to be a lot of coaches going to get fired.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't think Doc's going to get fired, but I know a lot of coaches going to get fired. A lot of GMs. That Houston GMs, I don't know about his methods, but he might have to go.
He might have to go.
Yeah,
exactly.
They might have to decide what they're going to do with Russell Westbrook because I don't think that is a good fit with him and Harden unless they got another big man.
Yeah,
because you kind of learn that small ball doesn't work unless you're freaking Golden State Warriors.
See, the problem with Houston is that they're good enough to be a top 4 team, so that means they're always going to be in the playoff. That means they're never going to get a high lottery pick. But they're not good enough to go over LeBron, so that means they're stuck in that middle.
Yep.
They're not going anywhere. And the problem is, I think, to your point, is that, you bring in Russell Westbrook, you think that's the answer. It's not the answer. So you have to find somebody else. And the problem is, until LeBron goes away, it's never going to be the answer. Because I don't think Houston could pass by. Clippers could. Golden State could. Houston can't.
I don't think Houston can pass by unless they
Denver probably could.
See, that's the thing. I don't think Denver could.
Michael Porter Jr. Technically, this was rookie year. He was a number 3 option in that offense.
He had no defense. The problem. This is the problem. Clippers made it this way because it was never supposed to be Denver. That's why I'm mad at Doc Rivers because Clippers made it this way. I'm mad at Doc Rivers for this. Because you had a 3-1 lead, 16. You had a 16-point lead in the 5th game. 6th game, you had a 19-point lead in the 6th game. It's just bad coaching. As I said before at the last episode, he's known to do it.
He is.
He is known to do it. Like if I was Kawhi, I'd get out of Dodge, get the hell out of there.
Yeah, where the hell would you go if you're Kawhi?
Go back to Toronto.
You think so?
Yeah, Nick Nurse was a better coach.
Okay,
Nick Nurse was a phenomenal coach.
He was. I would agree with you. I think he was, because the thing with Nick Nurse, he wasn't just a good coach in the NBA. He was a good coach in what was it, the D League, but they changed it to G League.
Yeah,
now?
He won a championship in the G League.
G
and he won
League,
championship.
So he was a good coach also overseas, right?
And don't sleep on what's that guy from Miami?
Eric Spoelstra.
Oh, he's a good coach.
He's not going nowhere though.
He ain't going nowhere.
Stuck. He's
a good coach. I like
him and Pat Riley. They're besties. They're not going. He's not going nowhere.
Yeah, they're going.
Like if anything could happen with Spoelstra is that he could move up into a different role. You know, as far as like president and stuff like that.
Because Pat Riley's still there.
Yeah, like for example, like when Doc Rivers left, the coach that I forgot he was a young coach. Do you remember him? So when Doc left to the Clippers, there was another coach that took over, the young dude. Do you remember his name? I forgot his name. He went on.
Oh, Monty Ellis?
No, not Monty Ellis. No, not him. There was a coach, but he took over, and then he then left Boston and became like an executive with Clippers because of his relationship with Doc. What I'm saying is that he went from coaching to being an executive. I'm saying Spoelstra could do the same thing. He can go from being a coach to an executive.
Well, who knows? I don't think Spoelstra's going to do it because Pat Riley's right there. What was I say? Oh, man. Who you got for tonight? Who's playing? New Orleans versus Packers.
In fairness, I've always been Aaron Rodgers fan.
Yep.
I'm hoping for him to do good because I don't like the fact that they drafted the quarterback behind him. So I'm pulling for the Packers. I do like Drew Brees, but I only like Drew Brees when he has his weapons. You know, Alvin Kamara is I feel the best running back in the league. So I'm torn. That's the point I'm trying to get at. I'm torn.
I don't know.
If I had to take a flip of a coin, since they don't have Michael Thomas, I'm saying it's going to be Packers all the way. But if they did have Michael Thomas, I think it would be the Saints.
Think so?
Alvin Kamara is amazing. Have you ever saw his videos of him doing like all those weird type of like balancing on the balls?
He's also fragile too.
He's not that fragile. He gets hurt like any other football player.
Yeah, he's only been in the league for 3 years.
Saquon Barkley has ACL tear, and this is it. So if anybody's fragile, would it be him? Right, ankle injury last year, knee injury.
I think every running back.
I had an ACL tear like a couple weeks ago. Look at me walking with no problem.
You don't play bad b-ball though.
Yeah, true. Good point.
You don't play f-ball.
Yeah, I know, right? All I do is pay bills and
and see cereal and fart all over the place.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what usually happens, right?
Yeah.
You don't do what they do.
No,
you know
true,
what I'm saying?
true. Yeah.
I would love to do what they do for like a good year.
Yeah,
good
that's
year.
it. I'll be good. I'll be good.
You go franchise tag me? All right, good.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I never understood why players get mad when they get franchise tagged. Kirk Cousins has been franchise tagged, I think, 3 years in a row when he was with Washington,
$30 million.
Easily. No problem, right? Like for his career, and then he ended up getting that guarantee. I think 50 mil or 60 mil for 3 years guaranteed. Or was it 80 mil? I think it was 80
another
mil.
extension. He didn't get another extension.
I think this is the final year of the 3 years. 3 years guaranteed.
Huh? They need to get rid of him.
Yeah, they do, right? So you got to figure he made $80 million for those past 3 years guarantee. He got franchise tagged 3 years in a row. He's made well over $120 million. $120 million over his career easily.
I think a lot of people worry about the long term effect. Because let's say they franchise tag you and then you get injured the next day.
Yeah, that's
what happens.
That's the consequences.
Yeah,
of
so
it.
now the next year you're gonna have to worry about what job you're gonna have. Yeah. If it was me, I don't understand. If I would have was a football player, basketball player, 3 years, need to go in the league. Get my 10 million, 20 million done. Like, hey, coach. Yeah, gonna have to retire today, baby.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm done.
You know what I'm saying? Go live on an island somewhere. You know what I mean?
Chilling. Go to Wyoming.
Easily Wyoming.
Like, yo, what's up, Kanye? What's up? Kanye?
Oh yeah, the house he's building up in the lake. Yeah,
I'll be right there with Kanye.
I would avoid Kanye. Yeah, you don't want to be a part of whatever.
I'll video cam him. I'll make so much money off of that bad boy. With Kim ugly cries that she has. She has some ugly ass cries.
Yeah, I saw one of them. I heard in limo. I think it was.
She got the ugliest cries in the world. I hate when girls like cry in there. Like, if you got an ugly cry, I can't do it. I'm done. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to think if I can remember ugly cry from any of the girls in the past.
I see a lot of ugly cries out there.
Cause like you like sometimes just like I'm just talking, I'm not even directly staring at them. Like, I ain't trying to let that cry affect me. Like, I'm out. I told you it's over. You ever
break up with someone?
For the 5th time, I'm leaving.
You ever break up with someone and then the tear just dropped down their eyes, and you look at them like shit.
Nah, I did have one time, where I had my sister break up for me because this girl was mad emotional. Like, no lie, like I had my sister call her. And I need you to end this shit for me. I ain't trying to be with her. You know what I mean? And I knew what kind of girl she was, right? And I knew on the phone it just would not end.
They'll ask all these questions.
Oh, yeah, like, why? Like, I'll change. Things will be different. Like, why can't you just try it? Let's do the work on it. I was like, yo, talk to me. Yo, can you do this for me, man?
I like to ghost people. If I end a relationship, I just ghost them. I was like,
yeah,
I'll text them like, yo, it's not working.
Yeah.
And then they start texting back. I'm like, okay, it's
over.
Block.
Yeah.
Like you go on my Instagram and I'll block you there.
Yeah, what you need is an Android, because I think you can download one of the. I think it's pre-installed, the texting feature where you can actually set up a time to send a text.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. I have an iPhone. I can't do it. I remember that. You can go in and be like, all right, yo, like 8 p.m. like type it in, set that time. That way, yo, whatever you're doing, you ain't worried about it.
Yeah, I was saying.
Like,
I like to block
TV.
people. I'm a ghoster. Every time I break up with someone. Some of them, they get the respect of me going in front of them when they're breaking up. Some of them just get a text.
Yeah.
Some of them get a call.
Yeah, they should have acted
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Then I ghost them because a lot of them just keeps on calling and calling. And like, yo, man, like once we break up, we should not talk.
True, 100%. The only problem is that every once in a while in any relation, there's always that crazy one, male or female. There's always that crazy one where sometimes if that breakup doesn't go the right way. Otherwise, in their back of their head, they're like, I'm going to pay back this mother. You know what I mean? They're going to get back. So sometimes you also want to do it in a nice cordial way, because sometimes the wrong ones that you break up in the wrong way is going to come back at you in a way that you ain't going to like it. So sometimes do it better for the right ones, but you know who they are.
Why the girl can't just stunt with her Kia and get over it?
The question, which Kia was it? Was it the Sorento?
It must be a Sportage.
Oh, yeah. It was the Spectra. Is that another Kia thing?
Sportage, Telluride.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Telluride? Yeah, that
that's
new
like
joint.
the new
Yeah,
joint.
that's hot,
It
though.
looks
That's
nice,
hot.
though.
If it's a Telluride, yo, she got it.
But would you rock that before BMW?
Nah, hell no.
Hell
no.
Rock no Kia.
I know.
Yo, keep your freaking.
Like, unless I'm like going out to the ranch somewhere, you know what I mean?
Keep your $100,000
towing a trailer.
Keep your $100,000 warranty out my face, Kia.
That shit comes for free. You don't even know what the hell it really covers.
I think every car has a $100,000 warranty.
It's supposed to come with warranty. Like,
like when you just gonna have a car and gonna break on you.
Yeah, it's like I remember when I bought a car, like there were like 5 different warranty dudes who were trying to tell me like, yo, there's like he just pretty much explained to me in layman's terms. He was like, yo, there's a type of coating we can put on the car, so if a bird shits on your car, yo, it won't damage the paint. I'm like, all right, how much is that? It's about $1,000. Break it down to like $8.
They try to sell you anything.
I ain't feeling that. They was like, well, then we got another coating where like, you know, if what is it, a shopping cart, kind of goes and like hits the deck, the side of your paint, it won't mess the paint. How much that? That's about $1,000. Like it kept on going. Then he was another paint. I was like, nah, can I just keep the regular warranty? It comes with.
Can I just get a car?
He'd be like, yeah. And then it was funny, right? Then he goes, all right, let me show you something. I was like, oh, what's going on? He's like. He goes in, he reaches a container, he opens up the container. You see all these ones in there? Yeah, this is how much it's gonna cost a month. I could give it to you right now. Like, I'm like, I don't care. Like, he's pretty much trying to tell me if you break down $1,000 down in 5-year payment, it's like $4 like a payment. Like, so he's like, yo, see this container? It's like, this is how much it is a month. Like, I'm like, I ain't care. Like,
I mean, these car shopping, these dealerships, as soon as they get you to sign that paper, they don't care about you. I remember I bought a car and all I wanted was the second damn key. Second key. As soon as I paid for it, I drove the car out. I called them. It took me like 2 weeks to get I was like, look, first of all, like, okay, now you was good. They was calling by my first name. Hey, okay, you want extra gas with this? You want me to? I clean it out for you. As soon as I asked for that second key, after they was like, "Yo, what's your name again?" Like, word, like, can you email me? Like, yo, I just talked to you last week, bro.
Yo, I could have swore. So when I went to the dealer, right? So he was like I always felt like this, that they have a dude that they have on the side to roll up to kind of thank the dealer while you're talking to him, right? Yeah. So I go in, I'm like, yeah, I called up, I'm ready to, I want to look at cars. He's like, hold on. So he calls the dealer, the salesman. He comes and gets me. he brings me to his cubicle, right? So we're sitting there, we're talking. He's like, yeah, what kind of car are you looking for? I told him what I'm looking for. And then like about 10 minutes into there, a dude pulls up with a Spider-Man toy, right? He gives it to me. He's like, hey, Rob, hey, I want to thank you again for the car. Love it. I know how you like Spider-Man. Look what I got for you. And then the dealer looks at him. He's like, hey, Reg, you shouldn't have. Thanks. Yo, how's the family? Everything's good. Yo, they're doing great. Thanks again. And it was, so I felt like that was just like a stunt guy that they had to just roll, just to roll up. You know what I'm saying? To just shine for this dude.
Just like camera action.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, all right, go to cubicle 4. Yo, go with this toy because it was mad authentic, right?
Right.
Because the dude had a couple little Spider-Man shit like on his desk. This guy literally showed up. He's like, yo, thanks, Rob, for the car. I know how you like Spider-Man, and so I got this for you. Like, I ain't bringing a grown man a Spider-Man to after he sells me a car. This dude could go buy it with the commission. But I thought it was funny. I was like, that shit. I was like, yeah, that's kind of like slick and smart.
That's like if you go to the bank and they do the same thing. They try to tell your whole like, listen, man, I'm trying to open up a check account. Like, you're not gonna know about little Johnny. You're not gonna know about little Karen. Like, get out of here. Like, yo, no. Yes, just open up the checking account so I can go.
like you've been working out. Like, she was like, you don't know me.
What's your balance like? Listen. Like, you know my balance when I give you my balance. Like,
yo, we got plan A and plan B. I recommend both. Like,
I tell you this, you get those awards. It's like, we're gonna
I just love it.
Yeah, I just love it. I have it myself.
Yeah.
Like, can you really get approved for it? You don't get your ass out.
I have it for myself. Yeah, but I'm saying it's slick though. It's the game. They're playing it. You can usually roll up to a player, be like, I just want to put a checking account. Yeah, what's your social? How much you want to start? Boom. Okay, have a good day. You could do that, which is cool anyway. But then you got the ones that like, I'm gonna play the game. You know, it's like, yo, you go to the club, right? You know what I mean? You could just roll up to a chick, be like, yo, what you doing tonight? Or you could just sneak on in. You know what I mean? Yeah, this jam is this is my jam.
I remember those club days.
You ease yourself in, right?
What's your? I can tell you my best pickup line for a club. Mm-hmm. I used to go to the club. I used to be in the corner just chilling, scope out, and I always get the ones that I know is gonna be easy. Yeah, you know, like the ones that's like kind of like dancing by themselves. They kind of there. Yeah, I'm like, and then you go right behind them. You want to dance?
See, like growing up, like when I used to club hop with my dudes. Fellas, boys and shit like that. When we used to go, it was just like we would always chill like as a group. And I don't know if it made sense, right? Because like what happened, we're all chilling as a group. Now, what happened, well, one of them, like there was always a dude that was good enough to go out there and then do all the work. And then at that point, once he did all the work, we all just kind of followed through. But I never went myself directly. Like, the hood areas chilling. It was easy. It was like, what's going on? Like I never seen you here before. Yeah, like where you live down here.
The good thing about clubs, especially now, because most of these girls are like over 30. They already got their heartbreaks already. Yeah, so they just waiting for somebody.
They're already expecting.
Yeah. they already got their heartbreaks.
They're looking at you. They're like, you got a car, right?
You got a car.
Cool. You got a job? You got a job? Oh shit! 2 for 2. Let's go. Yep. I don't need to know the third.
No. They're gonna be like, you got kids
or not? Don't let me know if you got kids. I don't need to know.
I had one girl one time back in the day when I had like when I was dating. She was like, yo, you have kids? I don't get guy with kids. Yeah. Like, and then in my mind, like, bro, you got 5 kids. Yo, these girls.
Yeah. Yo. Like it's almost like they knew that eventually they're gonna get another kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like like they're gonna take care of the other kids
like,
too.
Girl, like you got 5 kids. All I want is just one night.
Yeah,
like nobody wants you out of 6 with you.
Yo, that's why I never understood. Like whenever you watch like Murray, you know what I'm saying? Whenever the girl will come on, she's like definitively like that's the dude. He's the father, and then she's wrong. You're like you don't know who the hell you slept with when.
I don't get the ones that have 4 kids and then the 5th one. I'm like, how many kids you don't know?
Yeah,
it's like which one is the father? B, like how many guys you bang within a 2 weeks?
Within the 2 weeks, you gotta like damn like, and it's like one of them doesn't know the other or one does. Either way, you're like, how did you even sneak in the other dude without the other one catching them? You know what I mean? Like her being with this dude, then with the other dude, and then not know who did when what.
Yeah, I remember when I went on a date with someone. And it was not even an attractive person, but she told me she was giving me rules of. I was like, hey, girl,
wait. So She was giving you rules of what?
Yeah,
Of what?
like,
How the relationship
like
was
what
gonna go?
kind of man she wants.
Okay.
She was like, you can't have kids. You have to have a job that does this.
And you guys just met at that point?
In my
Okay.
mind, I'm like, this is why you're single, huh?
Yeah. Great point.
This is why you're single.
Yeah. You're like, no wonder she's single. Like,
And they say that guys are choosy. It's like,
yo, guys ain't choosy. I think what it is with guys is that, like, in the beginning, yo, we'll let you in the house, right? You know what I'm saying? You meet a girl, I'm gonna let you in the house. Come in. Now, it's up to you whether you stay or you don't.
Right.
You act up, you're out the house, you're leaving. You know what I mean? If you're cool, you can stay longer. Girls, they're just like, before you come in, what about this? What's your blood type?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
What's your credit score?
Yeah, exactly. How many schools did you go to for education? Really? How long? Why did you go
Yeah.
there? What's your philosophy on life? It's like,
Yeah,
what?
guys be having a lot of people in the house like tenants, and they
Yeah,
try to
that's a
evict them
problem.
afterwards.
Exactly. That's the only problem is that
Yeah.
guys will be like, all right, you can come in, and then one girl will roll up, be like, yeah, there's another girl in here. Yeah, that's my sister's friend. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and most of the time, the guys who got the tenants don't even like them.
Nah. That's right. That's right. Yo, but that's the game.
That's
the
the
game.
That is a game.
If you don't play the game, you can't score, right?
There's a lot of single people out there in the world. Just they have to remind themselves.
Yeah.
Can't be choosy.
Yeah, you can't. You
This ain't
can't.
Fabulous and Davido.
Nah, you can't do it.
Yeah, you
like one of the things I always thought in my head. This is just kind of a side thing. Is that her name is just. That's why Nipsey Hussle's ex.
Lauren London.
Thank you,
Yep.
Lauren London. Right. So she has 2 kids, right? If I'm not
Yep,
mistaken.
yep.
One is with Lil Wayne.
Yep.
One is with Nipsey. I can imagine them growing up together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about whose father was the better rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that's a good thing. I could always wonder, like, damn, was it really good for her to go with another rapper when her other son is, you know?
No disrespect to her, but I don't know. She's like, she like those rappers. She does like rappers.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes with her. She like those rappers. Don't know why. She like those rappers.
Yo, sometimes it could just be like the industry, because she grew up as an actress. She was already,
She was on Love Don't Cost a Thing, right?
and she was also in the show, The Game.
Is it Love Don't Cost a Thing? No, it was for what, Atlanta. It was like with
ATL?
T.I. She was
ATL,
on,
yeah, the roller skate, ATL, ATL,
yeah.
yeah, good, yeah, exactly. So
Love
and
Don't
then
Cost a Thing was Christina Milian.
yeah, Christian Miller, yeah, good memory. Yeah, so, but she was also on the show The Game. Do you remember that? It went on for about 7 years. The
I
football
didn't watch
game.
that, but I know she was on the show.
Yeah, she was on. She was the love interest of I forgot it starts with a D. But anyway, so she already grew up in the industry. She already grew up in the game. So that means for her, she was not going to be with a regular dude. She was going to be with somebody that already had the dough, or at least somebody that was already famous. You know. Now the thing with Nipsey, I think with them, they just kind of fell for each other, just genuinely. So,
Right.
But I'm just saying, her having 2 kids, one with each with a rapper. It's like, yo, imagine one comes out and says, yo, my dad's better than you. No, my dad's better than
That's
you.
an easy discussion. Lil Wayne was better.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Of course. But I'm saying, if you're Nipsey's son, you're not going to believe that.
Yeah, true. Like, nah, my dad West Coast. My dad's a Crip. My dad's a Blood.
Yeah.
Oh
shit, like,
she was trying to get unified with the
Yeah.
gang culture.
True,
okay,
true.
Okay,
That
I
is
see what
true.
you did.
That is true.
I just noticed that on there.
That is
All
true.
right,
That is true.
So let's get out of here, man. What song is? What's the outro for the song? I always like to do an outro every time.
You do same as last.
Same as last. This one right here. All
Yeah,
right.
that's it. Yeah, that's the ending.
So,
Right there.
just like usual, follow us on Fells Corner Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
Gmail,
Gmail.
all of them.
Send me messages, send us messages, send everything. You want to send a pic with your message? Go ahead. Send whatever. Your profile pic, your LinkedIn. We don't got LinkedIn, so don't send us that.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all later.
Later.